the old diesel in here. I do have it running. We're still working on some hydraulic leak issues. We're going to get some things made. I need to take care of that, but I wanted to send an update. We did get a light bar installed in the front. Turned out really, really good. You can kind of see it hidden back there, so it's protected. Does a really, really good job. We got a couple other lights installed right up in there, and they are wired into the switch right here. This is an existing switch. You can see we got some, it's not super bright in here, but at night it'll be fine. And then up front here, the way we wired it in with a relay, it is hooked to the high beams. What you didn't see me do was move the high beam switch, and then we also put a relay in. Well, there's no light in there, but there's a relay and a trigger that activates that when you turn the high beams on. So if you forget and you don't turn them on, it's going to be very, very interesting, because as you see here, hopefully maybe we could see it in both. So I dimmed it, and you can see the white light goes away there. That all takes care of that. So we're in good shape there. We do have, what I was checking there, we have the new controller, significantly updated from this one. Same brand. Really like this brand, but this one's very, very dated. You can see all the heat sink in it. And down here you can see what we were able to replace it with, a very much smaller unit. In the first segment, I had this controller out here, and so you can see now the gain works. And as I roll, you'll just have to take my word for it. With my left hand, what this tester does is it allows me to see, A, what's working, and then I also know that as I increase or decrease the gain setting, that the controller is now working versus this one was just old. It wasn't necessarily wired incorrectly either, by the way, so we ran some new wires out there. So I know it's been a little bit, we've been working through some of this. Man, that light is fantastic there. Squirrel, I just thought that was awesome. So we've got front and rear LED service lights now, so that should be really good. But what I'm most excited about is I was able to work out the binding on the Dewey's bed. And so, you know, anybody who's got a Dewey's truck wants the Dewey's portion to work correctly. What it was doing before, if you haven't seen the first segment of this, is it would go up and down, but it didn't want to load or squeeze the bales. And so there still is a little binding back there, you can see, but it is operational at this point. So kind of just a little bit of an update. We'll go ahead and shut this thing off so maybe you can hear me a little bit better. Really good old truck. Very useful truck with Dewey's on it. The one thing I did notice is every once in a while I get a click no crank, and typically what that is, I haven't done any checking on it, but normally when it clicks and it doesn't turn the engine over, typically we've got some starter relay or contact issues. So the truck has a starter in its future. If that's something that's not, you know, doesn't need to be taken care of now, I understand. Batteries are a few years old, they're doing well, but that starter is going to leave somebody kind of stuck at some point. So just kind of an overall update. Still need to work out the hydraulic leaks on it, which I've got taken care of as far as parts on the way. But I wanted to give an update that the Dewey's portion was working. The trailer brakes are now working. We were able to verify that through my test and controller in here. The first segment, we worked through a lot of terrible wiring in the back. I think there's some footage or video out there about that. So just kind of an update on the old 6.5 diesel. Pretty good old solid farm truck. And we should have this thing going here pretty quick once we get the hydraulic leaks taken care of. So thank you much.